I want to give a shout out to the sport news. The dude's really always been cool on my channel. And and he wrote something that I wanted to bring into a video because I thought, yeah, that is so true. We were talking about the NBA on TNT and those guys. They don't have no rights. They are bought and paid for by the NBA. They got to go to ESPN. They don't have enough capital to run not only a podcast but a channel. Imagine if you just wanted to see NBA on TNT, just those four, just to see those guys. That's bought and paid for, and that's what the cost. That's one of the reasons why corporate TV and so on and so forth sucks, because you don't have no voice. You are owned by what they want. You know they want to put Shaq Charles, especially in a lock. They're not so much worried about Ernie because he's middleman. Kenny the Jet, he's pretty neutral. But they want Shaq and Charles locked in the box. They don't want them to talk so freely. And you know good and well there ain't no way in the world with no Shannon Sharp, no Kendrick Perkins, and Stephen A. Smith that's going to really coexist with an opinion. Because ESPN is an opinionated no opinion. The same thing with Fox. I don't like none of those heads. Wells is one of the few that I like on the Fox network, one of the few. But most of that stuff is the same old heads. They all got to kiss the ring. They all got to defer. You know, we was having a conversation about it, and I said, that's so true. They don't have no say. They don't have the capital. So imagine if Shaq took his podcast money and took his own fortune, and Barkley took his, and Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson. Well, they put themselves together and created their own network and their own app and their own this, and said, we're going to talk the way we see fit. But see, they get paid so much money. Ain't nobody going to defer millions of dollars and lifestyle. So you'll go on ESPN and have to play in that machine and play in that fishbowl and say what they want you to say. That's the shame. NBA on TNT has no say. They have to adhere, take it or leave it. And this is the sad reality. Unless, of course, you have your own channel, your own mindset, you got to adhere to what they want. Even NBA greats, because Shaq and Charles Barkley are known worldwide. And you're going to tell me that they can't speak their opinions openly? And I mean openly, not that crap that goes on Rich Eisen's whack show and Dan Patrick's whack show. I have no respect for those cats. Because they're not talking about the black experience through the sports, or also a perspective where